The ego is not master in its own house, meaning the ego cannot be considered to be essentially and fundamentally a master, a controller, a manipulator, an exploiter, and all the good or bad things that it is when it is essentially with itself, when it is protected, conserved, and preserved by the actor or the man or woman. When it is in its house, it ceases to be a master mind and also does not subject itself to exploitation manipulation, because the ego cannot be considered to be a master, a controller, a dominator when it is in its own house, when it is in its realm, sphere, protected, safe, secure, defended by the actor or the human being himself, who sometimes avoids exposure and basically does not present himself to society because he prefers solitude, detachment, because of the realization of his freedom, quality, ambition, and everything else that he once done with himself in the form of individual personal progress, growth, learning, development, and emphasization and cultivation of character, integrity, morality, virtue, distinction in solitude becomes possible alongside organic growth. And in these events and circumstances, the ego does not dominate the self. The ego remains quite neutral, but not inflated, because it is with the human being itself, it is with itself at home in solitude, protected and basically preserved and defended against the external world and its calamities, chaos, insults, disreputes, criticisms, judgments, opinions, and thoughts that triggers it, activates it, and again brings about bad consequences and results not just for the individual man for his growth, learning, success, but also for the others around him. Ego disturbs the societal individual harmony and thwarts, interrupts, and interferes in his growth, progress, learning, in his psychological, mental, personal developments, and also in the correspondence, coordination, harmony between himself and the world, society, public spheres around him. So the ego disturbs everything when it's either in control, when it exaggerates, exasperates itself, or when it is triggered by unwanted, undesirable people because of insults, indignation, etc. But the ego cannot be considered to be the master when it is in detachment, disconnection, solitude with itself. So in solitude, the ego remains neutral and retains its character, balance, identity, and everything else that it is.